I spent so many years of my life thinking that healthy meant my body looking a certain way and eating a certain way. I'm so glad that some years back I realized that that wasn't true. It is kind of frustrating that I wasted so much time, but I know I'm not alone because I talk to so many women who are just stuck in like the diet culture and the diet cycle and the way society is right now, just feeling like their body's never gonna be the way they want it. I want to say is I've especially learned in the last few months that true health, and I even struggle to use that word because honestly, what does that actually mean? Everyone's definition is a little bit different. True health isn't something you can see necessarily on the outside. You could look at someone and they could have like the body that you think is like the perfect body. You could see them being in a way that you think is healthy and think that they're healthy, but you have no idea what's going on internally for them. And you also have no idea what it took for them to get to that body size. That might not be where their body is most comfortable. It might not be their set point. They may have to be going to extremes every day. I've really just kind of had to re-look at what the definition of being healthy is. And there's so many things that go into it. But knowing what's happening like internally in your body is even more important than what you see on the outside. My body was at like a place that I felt somewhat comfortable with, but then things like started changing and I ended up, the way life works, somehow getting in touch with someone and they told me about this test that I could take, and I ended up taking the test and finding out what was happening internally for me was not healthy. I had chronic inflammation, which explained why I was starting not to feel great. My DHA and EPA levels were low, which explained like brain fog I was having, and just all these other things that were happening internally that didn't come up on blood work at my own doctor's office. They just said I was fine, which you maybe can relate to this. You've gone to your doctor, you're not feeling great, and they're like, oh, yeah, everything's fine. But you're like, I'm not feeling fine. Yeah, so I realized like there was a lot going on internally that I didn't realize. Once I got the results from those blood tests and was able to make some changes, implement a protocol, make some changes in my life, things started feeling better again. Doesn't necessarily matter what you look like on the outside. To be honest, some people that live in larger bodies might be healthier internally than people that live in smaller bodies, and we don't always think about that, but it's very true. Knowing what's happening internally with your cells and tissue and if your body's able to function properly, for me now is more important than if I can fit into a pair of jeans I could fit into 20 years ago. So if you're someone who's, trying to just like build new habits so that you feel good, kind of want to know what's happening internally for you so you have like a direction to go in, then I definitely recommend dropping a comment below so I can tell you more about this blood test that I took, which is available to anybody that wants it. If you have questions, let me know in the comments.